Two Cook County inmates died while in custody, one of whom was beaten to death in the maximum security wing. The medical examiner's office says Marvell Reasonover died from multiple injuries from an assault Thursday night. And then on Friday, Melvin Turner was found in his bed. The cause of his death has not been determined. And today, lawyers pushed for answers on the investigation.
We're demanding justice be served and find out exactly what happened. 2 deaths in 1 week. 2 deaths, I repeat, 2 deaths in 1 week. And it's not fair for all the families. Again, the families are going to want answers.
The medical examiner's office says Turner's autopsy is pending further investigation.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC 7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
11 Cook County Sheriff's Office employees have been reassigned pending the outcome of an investigation into an inmate's death. The Sheriff's Office says a 41-year-old inmate died after having a medical emergency following a struggle. They said in a statement it is not uncommon for staff involved in an incident to be reassigned until the investigation into the incident has been completed.
A man who is being held at the Cook County Jail handed over a gun while he was being released this week. Now, according to court documents, 18-year-old Kemari Johnson asked a probation officer if he could surrender something while he was waiting to be released. He then pulled out a semi-automatic handgun and a magazine. Johnson now faces felony charges for having a firearm inside a jail. It's still not clear how long he had the weapon or how he got it in the first place. The Cook County Sheriff's Office says it has launched a criminal investigation as well as a separate administrative investigation.
Nearly the 50th time this year, the Cook County Sheriff's Office makes an arrest related to drug-soaked paper being brought into jail. Fabian Villagomez was indicted last month. Officials say he was found with a greeting card, and inside was a strip of paper soaked in synthetic cannabinoids. He is the 46th person to be charged just this year in connection with possessing or smuggling drug-soaked paper into the jail.
New at 10, an inmate murdered inside Cook County Jail. The sheriff's office says the 28-year-old inmate was attacked in his maximum security cell Tuesday. The victim's cellmate was taken from the scene, but investigators aren't saying if the cellmate was behind the attack. The victim had been behind bars since 2020, accused of stealing a Jeep at gunpoint.
How did an 18-year-old manage to smuggle a gun into Cook County Jail?
New here at 5, an 18-year-old man reveals he had a gun in his possession as long as a week while inside the Cook County Jail as a detainee.
And WGN's Jenna Barnes is following the developments tonight. She's joining us with the very latest on this story. Jenna.
Ray and Micah, the Cook County Sheriff's Office has launched a criminal investigation and an administrative investigation into this, trying to figure out how the detainee got the gun and how long he had it while in custody.
It was just another day at Cook County Jail, one of the most secure facilities in the country. But on this ordinary day, something extraordinary and chilling was about to be uncovered. On Wednesday morning, 18-year-old Kemari Johnson was meeting with his probation officer. What seemed like a routine meeting soon took a shocking turn. As the officer prepared to place an ankle monitor on Johnson, the young man mumbled something under his breath. "Can I surrender something?" he asked, his voice barely audible. To the officer's disbelief, Johnson produced a magazine and a .40 caliber handgun. How could this have happened? How long had Johnson been in possession of the firearm?
An 18-year-old detainee at the Cook County Jail had a gun with him, possibly for an entire week.
And WGN's Jenna Barnes has been following the story. She joins us now in studio with more. Jenna.
Ray and Micah, detainees are patted down multiple times before they're actually detained. So this one's raising a lot of questions. The Cook County Sheriff's Office has launched 2 investigations looking into this, criminal and administrative, trying to figure out how the gun went unnoticed. Multiple investigations are underway after a detainee who'd been arrested for allegedly body slamming a police officer was found with a gun inside the Cook County Jail. The discovery happened Wednesday when records show a probation officer was about to put a GPS monitor on 18-year-old Kemari Johnson's ankle. Police say that officer heard Johnson mumble, and Johnson then repeated, "Can I surrender something?" The document showed Johnson reached into his right pants pocket and removed a magazine from it and placed it upon the table. Johnson then reached inside of his pants by his crotch area, pulled out a gun, and placed it upon the table. A detainee who'd been in custody for more than a week is accused of having a gun inside the Cook County Jail. It allegedly happened as 18-year-old Kemari Johnson was about to be released on monitoring Wednesday. Court records show a probation officer was about to put a GPS monitor on Johnson's ankle when deputies say that officer heard Johnson mumble, and Johnson then repeated, "Can I surrender something?" Johnson reached into his right pants pocket and removed a magazine from it and placed it upon the table. Johnson then reached inside of his pants by his crotch area, pulled out a gun, and placed it upon the table. He's now charged with a felony, possessing a firearm in a penal institution, as questions loom about where the gun came from and how long it was there.
Investigations began immediately. Records revealed that Johnson had been in custody since November 11th, following a domestic incident where he allegedly attacked his uncle and body slammed a Chicago police officer. The pressing questions were clear. Where did the gun come from? How did it evade the stringent security measures of Cook County Jail? And most disturbingly, how long had it been inside? Detectives and officers discussed the case, piecing together Johnson's arrival and subsequent movements within the jail. The atmosphere was thick with urgency and tension as they tried to unravel the mystery.
He's now charged with a felony, possessing a firearm in a penal institution, as questions loom about where the gun came from and how long he'd had it inside the jail. Johnson was there after a November 11th arrest during a domestic incident in which police say he pushed his way through the door trying to attack his uncle and then attacked police, charging at an officer, then picking up the officer and slamming him to the floor. He was charged with aggravated battery of a police officer in that case. The sheriff's office says though a judge ordered electronic monitoring the day after that incident, Johnson said he couldn't find a place to stay, prolonging the time he spent in jail. And the big question, was the gun there that entire time, or could another detainee have been involved? The investigations are working to find those answers and more, guys. The sheriff's office tells us a judge had ordered Johnson be placed on electronic monitor on November 12th, just a day after his initial arrest. But the sheriff's office says he didn't have anywhere to stay at that time, shedding a little light on why he was in custody for a week. Ray and Micah.
The probation officer's quick thinking had prevented a potential disaster, but the incident left a shadow over the jail's security protocols. As the investigations continue, the mystery of the gun inside Cook County Jail serves as a grim reminder of the unexpected dangers lurking within the walls of even the most secure facilities. Alright gang, there you have it, man. That's crazy. This dude had a 40 cal in Cook County for over a week. You know, a lot of the times they be like, well, you better learn how to use your hands, because when you go to jail, ain't no guns behind the wall. Ain't no guns behind the wall. Well, no, this dude had a gun behind the wall for a week. Hey, man, get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think. You already know what it is. Drillers and trappers, we out here trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!